Well, many of us will be heading out of town to visit family or friends this holiday season, and while we often stay with people we are most comfortable with, it doesn't mean that our manners can be left at home.
That's right. Here with all you need to know to be the ideal house guest is etiquette expert Diane Gottsman. Good to have you in again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Great refresher course right here before everybody
Perfect
travels. Yeah. Okay, so let's get started with, I think, what is the #1 rule that I hope most people know, and that is don't show up empty-handed.
We all love goodies. And you know, when we go to cocktail parties, we take host gifts. So when you go to someone's home and you plan on staying for multiple days, weeks, you need to bring something. And we all know that, but what do? We come and we carry it, and we are worried about how we get it in. So send it in advance. You know, it's just easier. You don't have to think about it. So send a case of wine, some grapefruit, you know, some fruit, something that you know that they're going to like. Or put it in your suitcase and take your chances. Don't bring anything breakable that could break. Yeah.
That's another tip you have. Don't overpack. And I'm guilty of this. I think, what if I want to go work out? I'm going to go do this and this, and then I don't do any of that.
We worry, you know, so we overpack. And not only do we overpack, but we bring 1, 2, 3, 4 suitcases too many, and then we bring sports gear. And, you know, what if I forget this? Well, you know, buy it when you get there. But what happens is then we are put in a small guest room because we're not in a hotel, so we're saving money, but now we're irritating our host. We're overflowing into the hallways, into their living room with all of the luggage. So just pack modestly.
What's a good rule of thumb? 1 piece of luggage per person?
That would be nice. That would be ideal. The reality is it's going to be 1 suitcase and then 1 carry-on, you know, like you would pack, you know, to get on a plane without having to pay for all that extra luggage. And that's really, that's a good rule of thumb.
Okay. Now, of course, your hosts and hostesses want you to feel at home and be comfortable, but when do you cross that line into being too comfortable?
When you're sleeping on their couch and they're trying to walk through and past you, and you know, you really want to behave better than you would.
There you go. Shoes on the couch.
This is a 6', 9-pound puppy. I mean, this is a big guy. But that kind of sends the message. You know, you're not going to take up too much space, even if you are 6'9". Don't go to the table and, you know, breakfast table without a shirt. Don't walk around in pajamas. You know, make your host comfortable. So just think about all of the other people in the house and kind of, you know, just go into their own routine, you know.
You said don't go to the breakfast table with your pajamas. Should you have your full dress clothes on whenever you, like, go downstairs for coffee first thing in the morning?
I would say wear a robe. You know, you know your comfort level with other people. So, you know, if I'm with my friends, I'm probably going to stay in my pajamas and a robe because they're in their pajamas and a robe. But, you know, if you're staying with them, you're pretty comfortable. But just don't get too comfortable. You know, like that guy on the couch.
Exactly. You mentioned going to the table. I'm sorry. Don't wait for dinner. You were saying also, like,
jump
take parts.
in. Jump in. So instead of them waiting on you, your host waiting on you, you get creative. You know, if they don't make breakfast in the morning, cook breakfast for them. If you have a great dish that you make that you're famous for, cook one for dinner and make it extra to freeze. That means that you're going to have to go to the grocery store maybe and, you know, get the ingredients. But what I'm trying to relay by that is get into their routine, be a help, and make them grateful that you're there rather than wishing you were going to go home sooner.
Yeah, no kidding. And I think it's interesting what you pointed out and what you mentioned about going to the grocery store. I think a lot of people will say, you know, oh, what can I do to help? That's right here, but maybe running some of those errands might be more helpful.
Yes, and especially your host might still be working. You know, so that's one of the things that you have to think about. Don't use their car. You know, rent your own car or take a car share. You know, do something so you're not tying up their vehicles. They might have kids that need to get from place to place and they need the car.
Okay, this is a big one. Don't feed the family pet.
Oh my gosh, Freddie does not need that cheese. You know, we're trying to sneak little snacks under the table for some of these pets that we love because we want to overlove them with food. But you know, you have to think about their pet and what they do in their home, and their pet, their cat or dog or guinea pig might get very, very sick with certain foods. So I think it's really important to follow the family rules with their pets, with their children, you know, with their home.
With their kids too.
Yes, yes.
That's big with feeding kids sweets if the parents don't do it.
If they say no, the answer is no.
And we're running out of time. Don't overstay your welcome. When do you become the fish that smells?
Yeah,
When is it time to,
when it's time to go, go. Even if they say, gosh, I wish you could stay longer, they don't mean it. They want you to go. They're
love
being
you,
a good host, but they're ready for you to go. So,
and then maybe a thank you note after you leave?
always a thank you note.
Okay.
And maybe even another little box of chocolate that you send, you know,
Okay.
something nice. Do something before you get there and do something after you leave, because you want to be invited back again.
Great advice. And your website for folks, DianeGottsman.com.
Yes.
For more tips. All right. Have happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank
Be
you
good
so
house
much.
guests. I know you will.
We'll try.
Well, now we will.
I was going to say, now we don't have an excuse.
Pick up the wet towels off the bathroom floor.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Diane, thank you.
Thanks.